Nobody believed it at first. Grass, that soft breakable plant under your feet, used to cross oceans. But it's true. Long before engines or compasses, our ancestors built rafts from bundles of reeds and sailed straight into the unknown. No steel, no GPS, just raw instinct and grass. The ocean isn't kind. It's merciless, unpredictable, and deadly. Yet they faced it, not with ships, but with rafts made from plants growing on the shores. Bundled, twisted, and shaped by hand, these rafts floated not just for hours or days, but for weeks across open sea. What kind of knowledge does that take? What kind of courage? It makes you wonder why more people don't know about this story. Here's why. Lost to time. Cultures like the Euros of South America, ancient Egyptians, and Polynesians didn't guess at boat building. They passed down skills over centuries. Each bundle of grass was wrapped in a specific pattern. Each curve was calculated to cut through waves. These weren't desperate constructions. They were marine engineering long before we had the word. Yet somewhere between then and now, the knowledge faded. Most people alive today don't know how to make these boats. The techniques are dying with the last elders who remember them. The survival secrets written not on paper, but in hands and muscle memory are disappearing. That's why this story chilled me when I first heard it. We're losing touch with so much of our past, dismissing it as primitive until we see it in action. And what an action it is. But let me show you something even crazier. Modern scientists have recreated these ancient grass rafts. They actually set them out to sea. Guess what? They worked. They survived storms. They stayed afloat. They traveled hundreds of miles just like the ancient people said they could. This isn't some old wives' tale. It's backed by science, tested on water. But even knowing this, most people still wouldn't believe it. They wouldn't step foot on such a raft. They wouldn't trust their lives to a few bundles of grass. And that's where this story hits home. Because if you don't believe it, imagine this. You're out in the middle of the ocean. No motor, no phone. No steel. Just a raft made of reeds, tied together with vines, held only by the skill of your hands and your belief that it will carry you to land. That's not just survival, it's ancient genius. And they made it. They reached new lands, explored, they traded, they thrived. All on boats that most people today would laugh at until they saw them floating. So the next time someone says ancient people were primitive, remember this. They crossed oceans on grass. Can you? I hope this story gave you chills. If it did, hit the like button, share it, subscribe. There are hundreds more forgotten survival secrets like this, stories that remind us how much wisdom we've lost. If we don't tell them now, they might be lost forever. But there's no need to lose hope. Because the same way ancient people rebuilt their rafts after storms, we can rebuild our connection to this knowledge. Every like, every share, every comment brings us closer to finding these stories and sharing them with the world. You're not just watching these videos, you're helping bring them to life. And together, we're keeping these stories from being washed away by time. Like this one. Imagine being stranded on a deserted island with nothing but the clothes on your back and a small patch of jungle to explore. Panic might set in, but if you remembered the Euros, you'd find hope. The Euros were masters of living on the water. When you learn their secrets, you become one of them. Step 1. Finding materials. The Euros lived on Lake Titicaca in South America. They never used wood because trees don't grow on islands or in lakes. Instead, they chose reeds. These plants grew all around them. Their roots were tough and flexible, perfect for weaving. Their stems were light and hollow, ideal for making floats. Their leaves were waterproof, great for covering and protecting. Step 2. Building the raft. The key is to use every part of the reed plant. The stems become the base, tied tightly together in a lattice shape. The leaves are woven in between to add strength, and the roots act as the binder, connecting everything together. You'll need a sharp knife made from stone or bone to cut the reeds. You'll need knots to tie them together. But the hardest part is getting it right the first time. If one part fails, the whole thing sinks. Step 3. Testing it out. Before you trust your life to the raft, test it first. Get in, move around, see how it floats. Make adjustments before you leave the safety of the shore. Now imagine you're on your island raft, ready to leave. Where do you go? Euros had a secret for that too. Step 4. Finding your way. When the wind is calm, watch the clouds. They move in the direction the wind has been. That's your first clue. Your second is the sun. God, as it moves across the sky. Imagine a line. That line is north. Now find the tallest tree on the island. Point one finger up to the sun, another to the tree. The space between those 2 points is east. That's the direction you want to paddle. Step 5. Keeping going. Paddling is hard work. You'll need to keep your energy up. The Euros never went anywhere without their supply of quinoa. This ancient grain is packed with protein and fiber, perfect for long journeys. Plus, you can store it for months without it spoiling. Step 6. Staying safe. Storms can appear quickly on the lake. The Euros were prepared. Their rafts were designed to take the waves, but they also carried extra supplies of food and water. And when a storm hit, they knew exactly what to do. Find shelter on the raft, hold on tight, and wait it out. With each step, you become more than a castaway. You become a master of the lake, just like the Euros. And if you make it to land, you bring back more than just survival. You bring back hope. Hope that no matter where you start, you can always find a way forward. You just need to believe it. If you liked this story, hit the like button, share it, subscribe. Together, we can keep these stories from being lost to time. And if you have a story of your own, share it with us. Who knows whose life it might change?